Well, Matt, a game that swung one way and then the other ends in a 2-2 draw. What was your assessment of that one?
I felt first half we did okay without being unbelievably good. I don't think Wigan really hurt us that much first half, despite having quite a little bit of quality on the ball. Obviously, really disappointed with the goal again, midfield runner, and then it gets deflected into his own net. A little bit of luck we're having at a minute, but then second half, thought the direction really good, and I thought there were positive signs. Lads look like they're gelling together a bit more. I appreciate the inconsistencies we're going to get, which I keep repeating, but we will get them. But I think we've got a good basis to show today, and obviously, like you look at their subs that are coming on, and I've just shook my players' hands who aren't involved today, and thinking that's not a bad team down that end. So look, we'll get there, as I keep saying. But I thought there were a lot more positives, and it looked more like a Rotherham United team.
Did the goal just before half-time change the team talk much? It sounds like you were looking for improvements anyway.
Yeah, yes and no, I can't lie. I think sometimes that you see something and have a feel. I had a bit of a sleepless night last night, if I'm going to be brutally honest. But that is my job, so that's on me. And whether I got it right or wrong, I don't know. But we tried to correct it second half, and I thought we played with a lot more verve, a lot more vigour. I thought Kiana Tete and Martin Sharif up front looked an handful, and I thought, like I keep repeating it, looked like more like a Miller's team.
Well, you couldn't have done much more from the sidelines in terms of your decisions at half-time. You throw on a Tete and McWilliams. A Tete involved in the build-up, and then a great strike from McWilliams to get you back level. Yeah.
Look, I've got good players at my disposal. I keep saying it. I think that at a minute they're probably 60-70% to near where they are. I think that obviously players we've now got in the team and had that pre-season and that drilling that we've had, and I think that causes the probable equaliser with the shape and the set pieces, which I've just spoken to players. So there's obstacles to get over, there's things to learn upon. Better be on my shoulders, I'm well aware of that, whether we win, lose or draw. But we've got a positive group in there. They're disappointed not to get 3 points, as I am today.
We've seen during the week Martin Sharif's a character that you brought in as well as a good striker as well. How much credit does he deserve? Because he missed a good chance, didn't he, just before he got his goal, but to keep on persevering, get himself in the box and get the touch on the end of Reece James's cross.
Well, he's a confident young man, and I think you saw that with his Justin Bieber rendition. I think he'll be getting a bit of stick for that. But look, he's a confident boy, and that's what you want. Look, good strikers score goals and miss chances. The beauty, I think, in a good one is when he keeps coming back and keeps coming back. And I think we've got that. I think you saw some real good aspects from him. I think he'll be a real handful for us. And I thought him and Kiana Tete, to say he's back up to speed now, I thought he were a real handful. So yeah, I'm really pleased with them front two, and long may it continue.
What was lacking then that prevented you feel, from holding on and taking all 3 points rather than just the one?
An error from picking up from a corner, if I'm going to be 100% honest. I won't chuck anybody under the bus, but we didn't pick up properly. Lads knowing there where it is, I'll keep that under my hat, but that's the reason we ain't got 3 points today.
Was that a bit of an experience as well then, do you feel?
No inexperience, just I think sometimes in the momentum of the game, and we've spoke quite a bit about game management, and I thought there were a lot of things in that second half, despite it being positive, that we can improve upon. I'll not go into rhyme and verse with it, because I think you'll get bored of it, and I'll end up like you'll know what players are. So look, I won't ever do that. That's on me, and we've got to get better at that.
The reaction you saw from your team though in that second half must have been really pleasing, because it would have been easy, I think, against Wigan last year. I appreciate under different management, a goal went in just before half time and the game never really got going beyond that point. And that certainly wasn't the case this afternoon. Yeah,
and I think you felt stadium again, didn't you, second half? I didn't really feel that first half, that me, but we didn't give him a lot to kind of drive him on a little bit. Jordan had his header, didn't he, that keeper saved. But I didn't think there was anything in the game first half. That was the frustration, and to going 1-0 down, I was a bit frustrated. But then second half, we played with the vigour that we have done. Certainly since I've been here. But look, this is my 13th game in charge of this football club. I want everything to be correct and done right. And look, there's gonna be dips and troughs along the way, and I've said that all along. I didn't get 2 down after Cardiff. It wasn't good enough. Again, that's on me. And we move forward to this game, and then we go again against Barnsley in a big game Tuesday, and then Donny next Saturday. So it gets no easier. But I think we're starting to see signs that we're a good work in progress.
I was going to say, does that performance second half in particular sort of epitomise what you want a Matt Hamshaw team to look like?
Yeah, it does, yeah. And I think that, look, once we get everybody back fit, which is frustrating at the moment, but you've seen the quality that we've got, and then I know I've got players who can come back into this squad and make a change, and obviously Shawnee McWilliams has done that today, Kiana Tete has. I thought the lads who come off the bench did really well. Drew Yearwood and Holmesy and people like that, Arjani. So look, we've got a decent strength, but at the minute we just need one or two of these others back, like Kean Spencer, big miss, obviously Sam Nombe. Like these players I'm mentioning, probably getting most teams in this league. So they are going to be big for us, but at the same time, I can't fault the group, and I think we're starting to see aspects. We probably, as I just said, 60-70%, but there's a lot of work still to be done.
Pretty thin on the ground defensively as well. We knew Lenny Agbear was missing this afternoon, but no Zach Jules either. What's the story there?
I just felt his hamstring a little bit in the week. Nothing too serious. We're hoping we're getting to the bottom of that. We just felt there was no point taking a risk today. Again, he'd have probably come on towards the end of the game and probably made us a little bit bigger from that corner. But like that is what it is. Look, I don't moan about the ones who are injured. I can't control that. I just have to control who I've got fit and available to select.